In 2025, what is the better side hustle? Is it driving for DoorDash or driving for Uber Eats? And here's the thing. You think both are large apps. I can just go online, I can get orders, but will you make the most money? Because last year, both apps had a significant amount of updates. I summarized everything in this video for you so you can make a decision on ultimately which one will actually make you more money. So yeah, last year we saw a good amount of updates. Let's start with DoorDash here and their rewards program, Dasher Rewards, which tasks you to have a certain acceptance rate to get their rewards programs, different tiers, and ultimately access to higher paying offers. Well, in January, we saw a continued expansion of Dasher Rewards. We saw that expansion again in March and even later in the year in 2024. So now basically everyone has Dasher Rewards, at least V1. Then later in the year in September, we saw this thing called DashLink. Now this was another earnings option for you. Maybe you want more predictability. Maybe you just don't want to go online and kind of hope to get an offer. You're sitting around, you're waiting for a single or maybe a stacked offer, like a couple offers at one time. DashLink is a routed delivery option. So you have predictability in both time and earnings where you know, here's my delivery route for 2-3 hours, whatever it is, and here's my pay. Now that sounds kind of good, giving you another option here, but then in October, we saw something on the traditional offer front that I didn't love. I called it the Dasher item audits, where it tasked you as a Dasher to go into the restaurant, you're making your pickup, it's on a normal delivery, but then you're instructed to tell the restaurant to open the sealed bag and in essence, audit the items in there. Hey, do you have the double cheeseburger? Okay, perfect, check mark. Do you have the milkshake? Okay, there it is, check mark. And you're doing that for every single item for a restaurant that does this every day. About a month later, November 2024, we got these round trip deliveries, which I don't think everyone really loved because you're accepting cash here, but you have to pick up an item, think like a store item, like retail, I guess. Yeah, pick it up. You go to the delivery location, you make that delivery, right? But then you accept the form of payment. Typically, yeah, it's gonna be cash. And then you take that cash back to the initial location, making a round trip. Well, also in November, if you're a fan of Shop and Deliver, we got the Shopper Pro status, where kind of like Dasher Rewards, you have to hit certain metrics, but yes, like V1 Dasher Rewards, then you get access to even higher paying, in this case, shopping orders. In December, we had the Dasher metric, the on-time early metric specifically, start to transition into a newer on-time rate. So on-time early in your metrics, let me know what you have down below. Do you have on-time early? Do you have on-time rates? The initial would be calculated based on your lifetime deliveries. So it would seem like it would never really change. Again, the more deliveries, the smaller and smaller impact it has. And then the new on-time rate, like your acceptance rate, like your completion rate, was calculated on the last 100 deliveries. We got shelf photos, and this isn't just like, hey, do a delivery and then take a picture during your shop and deliver offer. This was a little different. Shelf photos were standalone assignments where all you had to do, you're not even shopping, you're not even doing a pickup, you just go in there and you're taking photos of shelves, kind of like a secret shopper thing. And then in December, forget that V1 Dasher Rewards, we got what I call V2, which was called the Overall Dasher Rating Pilot Program. In select markets, it seems like not a ton of marketplaces, at least at the time of filming this. But the thing is, DoorDash was getting rid of the acceptance rate metrics, kind of the goalposts that you had to hit to get access to the higher paying offers. You still are working towards higher paying offers, but now it's on a points system that takes all of your metrics, including that new on-time rate, into consideration. You have better metrics, you get more points, and that determines the rewards tiers. Well, in 1 year, that certainly seems like a good amount of changes. We already have the earnings modes, the different earnings offer types. We have more offer types. We have a completely revised rewards program. Do you like a DoorDash in 2024? Do you like it going into 2025? Maybe not. Maybe you like this next app, Uber Eats. Let's see what they changed last year. Well, in May, they tested their own version of basically earn by time on DoorDash. So they called it flat rates. It's in a small market test. I haven't seen it expand, so make sure to subscribe here so I can report that whenever that does expand. On flat rates, again, similar kind of thing here. I'm getting paid a guaranteed hourly rates only on active time. So when you accept an assignment to when you deliver it, you get paid X. The thing is, on DoorDash's Earn by Time, they say, yeah, you'll get paid per active hour, but tips may be lower. We didn't hear that though on flat rates. It's just, flat rates. You still get tips, but at least Uber Eats didn't say like, hey, tips might be lower. In June 2024, we got this advantage mode that was kind of similar to Dasher rewards, at least in part, because you needed a certain, acceptance rate. Now that really pertained to rideshare, and I was watching that to see if it transitioned into Uber Eats and deliveries. Not so much, but if you had a certain AR, then you earn 5% more and you get priority, again, on mobility on those rides. We'll have to see if something like that rolls into 2025, moving over into deliveries. Now, what's supposed to be for both mobility and the delivery space, just a brand new Uber driver app. In their Only on Uber event, they announced this, and this is the first time they've redesigned their driver app since 2018. The app that gives you access to both typically mobility and deliveries. Initially, they said we'd start to see it in 2024. I haven't seen it here in Pittsburgh. Let me know if you got the new Uber driver app. And then the big change, October of 2024, kind of the mirroring that I've seen, especially Uber Eats to DoorDash, mirroring them. Uber Eats created their own kind of Dasher rewards program. This was called Preferred Deliveries, and as you might imagine, if it's similar to Dasher rewards, it is in part based on your acceptance rate. So you have to hit these certain acceptance rate requirements. Now here's the thing. It was lower than Dasher rewards. So you didn't have to necessarily do as much work, increase your AR and maintain a higher AR because it's at a lower threshold. But Uber Eats was going to increase it December 1st, 2024. But then they said, never mind, we're going to pause that increase until who knows when, basically indefinitely. So at some points, they might increase that AR threshold again on preferred deliveries, which, yes, also has tiers to give you access to higher paying offers. Now, there was an even smaller pilot within preferred deliveries that included this planner tool. So you have the tiered rewards on Uber Eats, right? Higher paying offers, better offers. Well, I should say better priority for the higher tiers. But then on Planner, only certain drivers could guarantee access to go online. Similar exactly to, again, the mirroring here, similar to DoorDash with their priority to Dash Now for, in that case, Platinum Dashers. I'm really curious since DoorDash is now moving away from AR-based, the V2 overall Dasher rating program, away from AR-based rewards, if Uber Eats is going to copy and kind of mirror it, moving preferred deliveries away from an AR-based program, even though they just introduced it. But overall, though, in 2025, we have all these new updates on both platforms, which is the better side hustle in 2025. I will say now, both of them have enough volume, which means if you go online with either one, you're going to get offers from each, while you're online. You're not going to be waiting, typically, asterisk, it's always market dependent, right? Typically, you're not going to be waiting like 15 minutes for an offer as if you're working on a really small platform. The question, though, that you need to answer is which one has more quality volume, because you could just be online getting offer after offer, but if it's $2, $3, $4 or $1, $1.10, $1.20 a mile, because I teach you to get a minimum of $1.75, ideally $2 to $3 plus, you're just going to be declining order after order. Now, here's the thing. These are only 2 side hustles. You should be comparing other side hustles within the same niche, other niches as well. So what I want you to do, download our free updated side hustle rankings guide for 2025. There at a glance, I just rank ease of use, the total effort, like how much workload goes into it, any potential problems, pay opportunities. And just at a high level, I compare these side hustles for you. Again, 80 with more coming soon. Compare DoorDash, of course. Compare Uber Eats, but a lot others. Again, that's a free resource. Your drivermike.com/bundle. You get some other free items in there as well. But here's what I'll say about order volume. After driving them both in different marketplaces for years, I feel like DoorDash has just better order volume. I've gotten more offers, like just rapid fire offers on Uber Eats. They're not as great. It's getting better in 2024. Anecdotal again, so comment down below how both of these have been for you. I will say I think Uber Eats is possibly better at getting you an add-on to make a single offer, a stacked offer now, 2 or more assignments for one driver. DoorDash, though, concretely has better earnings modes because basically nationwide, here in the US and possibly internationally, you have both earn per offer, single offers here. I can choose, how I want, and earn by time, where I get that guaranteed active hourly rate. Yes, tips may be lower, and you can only decline once per hour, but you have that. Versus Uber Eats, they're piloting flat rates, but I have not seen it expand. And you also have that routed delivery with DashLink. So if you want more predictability, if you want to be locked in, just focus on doing your thing in your route, not having to stare at your phone, waiting for requests, picking the best one, you can just schedule a shift on DashLink. Uber Eats, I've seen maybe some experimental routes, but not really. There really has not been a concrete feature and lasting feature on Uber Eats for any routed deliveries. DoorDash, in my opinion, again, feel free to share down below, has more consistent and more bonus pay than Uber Eats. Yeah, Uber Eats has Quest bonuses, which is a bash bonus, complete X amount of deliveries, and then get a bonus. And I've seen some good ones, and I've completed some really good ones, but I have also seen the same kind of batched bonuses on DoorDash. I've completed those, but they still have per delivery bonuses, consistent per delivery bonuses, albeit it's less than years prior, but at least they still have it. And they have the bonus pay across the different earnings modes. They have bonus pay for earn by time, peak pay. They have bonus pay per active hour on earn by time. Both have similar filtering options, trip preferences or Dasher preferences. You can filter out shop and deliver if you don't want it. DoorDash, yeah, you can filter out alcohol. You can filter out cash on delivery. Well, spoiler alert for that rankings guide. I've rated DoorDash above Uber Eats, but Uber Eats is a number 2. I like the bonus pay. I like the arguably better order volume on DoorDash. I like the different earnings modes. And I just like the adaptability, the agility that I've seen, not just in 2024, but over the years of DoorDash constantly. We saw in this list, right? Just more updates, constantly innovating, trying things, earnings modes, offer types, bonus incentives for Dashers. I just have not seen the same speed and innovation and maybe urgency on Uber Eats. Still does not make it a bad side hustle. It's still a good side hustle. Obviously, use both in conjunction, but if I'd start with one, I'd start with DoorDash and then add Uber Eats.